Hi, welcome back. Let's talk about the benefits of building a brand or having content that is so good that others like to link to your website on their own. So, this is something huge. When you build a brand that is very well recognized locally, or the content on your website is so good that people will just link to it, people will just share it. And one way you can do that is by adding social media share buttons on your website. Let me show you real quick here. So I'm on my site, Kill It Online. We have a top 4 tips to boost your conversions with Google AdWords today. And right below that, here's a button that says share on Facebook or tweet on Twitter. So we make it really easy for people to share our posts. So, we have like 34,000 views here, and adding these buttons definitely help. If you have a WordPress site, or even if you have another website, you can always add these buttons on your blog posts, okay? Right above or right below your blog post. So if somebody likes your post, make it really easy for them to share it. All they have to click the button and they'll be able to share it on their Facebook, on their Twitter, Instagram, and so on. So you can add those buttons. Have contests or giveaways on your website, because that's another thing that people like to share. So let's say if you're giving away a free iPad or something else, then it will create buzz in your local community and people will share your website. People will link to your site. And the more shares you get, maybe even to the page where you have your details of the contest that you're running or pictures of the giveaways that you're having. So if you have those things on your website, people will share the link to those pages, or people will share your website's link that explains the contest or that talks about the giveaways. Have coupons and specials on your site. That's another thing that people like to share on social media. They may, send links to their friends and so on via email, via text, and so on. So this will help you get more shares as well. Again, going back to blog posts, this definitely helps you get more shares on social media. And my next module is all about blogging. So in that module, I have a few videos that just talk about how to have a magnetic blog post so people share to it. Create videos that are so good that add value. And so people will just share those videos on social media or link to those videos. If you have the video on your website, then people will share the link to the video. So that is something that you can do. Have pictures on your website, before and after pictures of maybe the jobs that you've done in past, which are so good that people can't resist but share. Now these days, people also share a lot of things on WhatsApp. I'm a member of a few groups on WhatsApp where people just share. My friends have shared this kind of stuff. So they'll share their experiences with local businesses. They'll ask each other, hey, I want to get a plumber in my house. Who should I reach out to? Any recommendations? And so if somebody in our group who's had a good experience will share the link to the website and say, try this guy. I had him over and he did a great job. There's many different ways that people will share your website link these days, not just Facebook. Have inspirational or success stories on your website. This is huge. It can be about your own business. It can be you being as a business owner. It can be your story, but then it can also be stories of your employees, of your team members, maybe your kids, maybe your spouse. So add those stories on your website because people like stories. People like to read inspirational stories. People like to get motivated. So this kind of content will definitely get more shares than, let's say, a page about your service. So if you provide office cleaning services and you have a page on office cleaning versus a page that has a success story, then the chances of getting more shares on the success story are much higher. So you can do that. Let others post on your website. Of course, you have to know these people, not anybody. But let's say if you can find somebody who would like to add a guest post on your site, also has a good following, and then that person will share his guest post on his social media account. So let's say if I was to write on your website, maybe a post related to something, then I would share that with my 10,000 Facebook friends and fans, right? Not everybody will click on the link and go to your website, but some will. And I may get some of my followers to share that story as well. So See who can be a good fit, who can write for your website, and then eventually share that on his own social media profiles. Have infographics on your website because people like to link to infographics. So this is another way you can get backlinks to infographics, or they may even share the page on social media. If you know any tips or tricks, so people like entertainment, that's another thing. Maybe you can do some tips or tricks with the equipment that you have in your office and just have fun with it. Think of those things outside the box and see how you can make it entertaining. Maybe a trick on how to clean a carpet or something to that effect where it is entertaining. It can also add some value and people can have fun sharing it. So come up with something like that. How-to videos are always great. I've talked about this before. Have how-to posts, have how-to videos, and make them so good that people just link to them themselves without you asking for any backlinks. People just share those on social media without you asking people to share it. So you can do that. You already know what people are looking for. You already can go back to the keyword module and see what people are looking for in your industry with how to, and do lots of posts and videos on that. Create local events so others will share the event with their followers and fans. So these are just some of the ways that you can create content for your website, a brand so good, so trustworthy, content so good that people just like to share your website. They're your fans. They like to share what you have to say. And of course, you can always check your competitors. You can also check other local businesses, what they are doing. What kind of shares are they getting? What kind of links? What are they being talked about? Can you do something similar? Maybe a different business did an event which got a lot of buzz in the city. You can do something similar. So learn from other people's success, learn from other businesses, other business owners, and see what is it that they are doing, which is creating a buzz on social media, which is creating a buzz on internet, and how they are getting links, how they are getting people to their website. And then maybe from that you can learn and do something similar. So there's always ways to get backlinks on their own. So, we went through all these different ways, different strategies, different videos of how to get backlinks. But this one, of course, is when you're not working hard to get backlinks, you're just creating content so good that others will share to your content themselves without you even knowing who they are, without even asking them to do it for you, okay? So I'm hoping you'll work on this. You'll create content so good that people will share your content, people will link to your content, and that'll help you get your website ranking high. That'll help you get more leads, more customers, more clients, which will then help you generate more revenue and, of course, more profits. Okay? And share this in our Facebook group. Let others know what happened when you did this, because we can all learn from each other. Like I said before, we can all learn from each other's mistakes and each other's success stories. Okay? So I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.